Hello, my name is Justin Thurman, and this is my package design brief for TLMT 351. The scenario that I went with was the small electronics case study. It's pretty much it states it's a small electronics product. They give the dimensions, and it's a low cost item. The production of the product will be based in China, and then it'll be, of course, shipped by boat to the United States, which is where we will get it at, and then it's distributed in units of 100 to different states throughout the United States. So the only really kind of detail that we have for this is that it has to be the package has to hang on the hook in the store and be ready to sell from there. And it's a low price point, so that leads me to my first. It leads me to my first question for the primary packaging, which is describe the functions that must be served by the primary packaging for this product, and what is your recommendation for material that should be used for the primary package. So for the primary package, I would use a cardboard, slender cardboard box, something like an iPhone box, but maybe a little bit slender. And with that package, of course, it'll be a tab right on the top for the hook. So it'll be a hole with like a tab in it for it to hang in the stores. And then it'll be a smaller window, plastic window inside that cardboard package to give the consumers a view of the product. So whether they're looking at the color, the size of it, anything, that small plastic window, kind of like a film type deal, that'll allow for that as well. So cardboard and then a little bit of plastic should do it justice as well. And also to provide a little more security for the asset, it will be a slide-in plastic that the electronic will sit in. So it'll be a cutout that the electronic will sit in, and then it will slide right into the box. And then on the back side of that, inside the box, we will just fold it up, the instructions in the user manual from there. So the next thing is, please justify your material selection, include the advantages of this material for this purpose, and the disadvantages and concerns. So I'll start off with some of the disadvantages first. Because this is a low cost item, there are not many disadvantages. So one of the disadvantages would be that plastic window that we have on there. Just like anything with plastic, it can be punctured at any time. So really not necessarily during transit, but on the stores, it may be punctured or something like that, which could it could kind of compromise the value of the asset. However, it's a low value on it, so it's not really a big concern that we have, but it is a concern nonetheless. Um, we'll get over to some advantages. The advantage of the cardboard is cheap, and it also will provide enough security for that, coupled with the plastic cutout inside, so to provide a lot of stability in travel and as it hangs on the store. So even people just coming by and looking at it, maybe somebody poking at it or whatever the situation is, that cardboard is pretty durable and it's cheap because of the price line for this. So on to the method of printing. Once again, going back to just that low price line that we have for this asset, we're just going to go with the regular digital printing. It's fast, it's flexible, and it'll get the job done at a low cost, especially for the many assets that we have. Uh, the advantage of it, once again, is fast, it's flexible, and we can get it out there. We're not trying to, make something that really jumps out to the customer as far as the logo and everything. We just want to put a kind of more so generic logo on there and get it out. The disadvantage, I would say, if any, is human error from the printing company. Maybe it was misprinted, or it may not be a certain colorway that we wanted. But that's going to happen when you're dealing. That's why we'll do a small kind of concept print, get nailed down the details, and hopefully we can kind of reduce those disadvantages that we just discussed. And the environmental concerns for the primary packaging would be for us as the company to use, 80 to 100% completely reused cardboard to make our product. Therefore, it keeps those things in that life cycle like we talked about a couple weeks ago, recycling. And on the back end for the customers, when they're done using that product, recycle. So once again, it stays in that product and not just go throw it in the landfill or throw it out the window once it's done. So once again, couple is a partnership with the recycling that we will have to do. Moving on to the secondary package. So the secondary package is simply a big brown box. It doesn't need to be any marking because this is not a hazardous item, nor is it really fragile because that primary packaging really serves that security purpose. So just a regular shipping brown box is what we will need for the primary packaging. So no method of printing on it whatsoever. Aside from the shipping documents that will of course accompany it, there's no need to exert any more financial assets or any more planning on that. Just a regular brown box for this low-end small electronics device. And then for the in closing, for the environmental concerns for the secondary box, it'll be on that manufacturer in China to use recycled cardboard to get it in the box or whatever. Then once we get it over to the states and get ready right before we push it out to the different states, we want to say, hey, can we use these boxes that it came in, or can we put it in another recyclable 100% recycle reuse product? Either way, whether we use the box it came in or we put another, we want to make sure we're recycling. Okay, so an overview for my small electronics device, we're going to use a cardboard box, another cardboard box with the plastic cutout on the inside to secure that device more. The instructions user manual will also go in that box, just folded up right behind it. And it'll be a plastic window for the viewers to see the color, the size, shape, all of that. And then on the back side, there'll be a small fine print for legalities of the cautions to use. Environmental, we're going to recycle, try to use as much recycled as we can. And then for the secondary packaging, no printing methods, cardboard box for shipping, and make sure once again we use recyclable goods. Well, thank you for your time. This is my brief.